Now to SANIC. Yes, SANIC. And his big debut on a stage even his humble origins from YouTube could not have even dreamed of or imagined. It ended up being a key component, a critical component even, of Sega's April Fool's stunt this year, as for the first time ever, one could purchase SANIC merchandise, from a t-shirt to a mug and cell phone case. People bought it. Many, in fact. When it first went up for sale on April 1st, the original post on the Sonic account wondered out loud, who thought this was a good idea? So did we. So we invited Aaron Weber and Alex Solverson to swing by and discuss it. Gentlemen, how are you today?
Hey, we're doing well.
Doing pretty good.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Terrific. So where did the idea come from to do a SANIC line? How is something like that? Or yeah, where did that idea come from, first of all?
Well, SANIC has been this fun joke that, you know, we've kind of embraced on the social media front for a few years now.
Yeah.
And when Alex first brought up in an actual meeting doing SANIC merchandise, I like slowly got this really big grin on my face, kind of akin to the I can't believe he just brought that up, and the other part of me going, I'm so happy he just brought that up. So I guess I'll pass it to Alex then for the next part of that story.
Yeah, I would say it all really started with the SANIC DLC for Forces. You know, the SANIC shirt they did. And I was like, why can't we do this like for the Sega shop? I think that would be amazing. And then everyone was kind of like, huh, okay. And then it kind of all kind of spun out of control from there. So
spun out of control is a great way to put it. Yeah,
literally out of control. Yeah, but it was a lot of fun.
Interesting. So I guess it stems from this really basic idea, and then, you know, how is something like that pitched for approval and production from that idea? Because I can't imagine it was easy.
Yeah, so basically what happened was I believe, I'm trying to remember the exact meeting. I believe it was a Sonic Forces kind of launch recap meeting. And the SANIC DLC kind of popped up on the screen, and we're kind of chuckling about it. And I honestly just threw it out to the room, you know, Izuka-san, everyone's in there, so I'm just like, hey, what if we just did a shirt for the Sega shop? I think fans would love it. And they were immediately open to it, so we just kind of ran with it from there.
Which was kind of surprising, by the way. We were not expecting that.
I was expecting to be, like, shunned for even, like, proposing the idea.
What did you just say?
Yeah, but it actually worked out really well, and they were super open to it. So that's how we got here.
So
yeah.
Just really quick, so Takashi Iizuka himself had to okay the idea of SANIC to get this to go through.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Remember,
we didn't go rogue. Yeah.
There's nothing that goes through without Sonic Team seeing it and at least giving it their blessing. And that means even the in-game version, you know, was approved by Sonic Team. And so then here comes Alex with this crazy idea of like, hey, what if we do it for real? And totally expecting him to be like, no, definitely no. And instead they're like, yeah, okay. And we're just kind of like, oh, what a shame. Wait, what? What? Oh, we can do it.
And then Aaron and I were just like, let's get to work, I guess. Yeah.
I probably gave him this crazy look like, you got it approved?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. So it's official now. Sonic Team knows about SANIC. I guess we can put that to rest.
Oh, they've known.
Oh, they have known.
They've known. Oh, we made them aware years ago. Yeah. Believe me.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
They know.
Well, speaking of years ago, Aaron, this is your second tour of duty with Sega, but it is your first effectively in control of the social media efforts like these for the Sonic brand. I wonder, did you want to do something like this your first go around with Sega, but were told you couldn't or something like that?
Oh, I mean, the entire old team, you know, Julian and Kelly and Kate, and I'm sure, you know, some people that are watching this will remember them from many, many years ago. That whole team, we had so many fun ideas, so many crazy ideas. But very often, you know, just because of the way that things were handled and teams being split up across countries and language barriers, it was really hard to get those ideas to come to life. So I'm really thankful that the current Sega is very different than it used to be. You know, we're in an office with Iizuka-san and Hoshino-san every day. and if we need something approved, I can run over and go talk to them and say, hey guys, I've got this crazy idea, you know, and get a very quick answer. And it helps because there's no language barrier this time. We're not waiting 24 hours to get a response. We don't have someone in the middle translating it. At the same time, I'm also really thankful that this new team is very open to stuff like crazy SANIC t-shirts. You know, I think we're very lucky to have people like Alex and the licensing team, and honestly everyone in the office. And at the same time, a lot of respect too for the old teams, because believe me, they tried. People like Julian and Kelly had so many great ideas that this very often couldn't happen. But trust me when I say they definitely had them too. That's really good to hear. So SANIC is obviously pretty crudely drawn, and for something like merchandise, you know, you need, and I know this as a graphic designer, you know, you have to give the best quality product as possible to your printer. I mean, I kind of wonder who actually had to go and redraw or recreate SANIC for the line, and when you approached him or her, how did he or she react to that request? This is a good story.
Yeah.
It traces itself all the way back to a social post that we made a long time ago. We did a sort of fake SANIC in VR post with our social media agency at the time, and in that post, SANIC runs around their office and he's collecting rings, and then he gets to a laptop, and it is implied that that is the social media laptop, and then he takes a selfie with the laptop camera. And there was like two posts, one of just him taking the selfie, and then one showing the video of him running around doing all the fun stuff. And so we had that model, and when Alex said, I've got the idea for the SANIC stuff, you know, what do we use for the t-shirt? I said, oh, it was this model. He said, oh, great, can I have the model? And I said, sure, here you go. And then I passed the model over to Alex.
Yeah, and this was a lot of fun, mostly because I didn't have to clean up the file myself, because it was a little bit of work. But I can remember vividly handing the SANIC asset off to our designer Jimmy and asking him to clean it up, and Aaron was there with me. And he just kind of laughed, and he's like, really? And he's like, all right, let's do it. So like for the next, I would say 2 days, I would look over my shoulder and see a giant SANIC on Jimmy's screen, and he's meticulously editing each pixel to make sure that it's merchandise print friendly, and I laughed every time.
The best part too is that when we say big SANIC, I mean, he's got a very large monitor, and imagine like a huge monitor zoomed in 400% on SANIC's face, and that's what you see as you walk by.
And he's just like slowly going around the edges, just cleaning it up.
Yeah, touching it up. It was great.
That sounds.
It was.
Are we talking like one of those like 36-inch like Mac monitors? Like
it's Mac. Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, so,
and it wasn't even just SANIC that you guys touched up. There was even more.
Oh man, yeah. So there was also the SANIC logo, which you might have caught in like the neck label and things like that. And I'm telling you, there must have been a dozen emails between Sonic team, Jimmy, our product development team, just trying to like get it just right. So like I'd see like notes going back and forth like, can you make the I lowercase? It looks more like a toddler wrote it. And they would like, can you tweak this letter kind of to the right? And it was really funny. But again, it just goes to show how much work goes into something even as simple as this, and how like meticulous our team is, and they want everything to be kind of perfect, and they honestly don't get enough credit for that.
And as somebody who does graphic design work as a quote-unquote real-life job, I can certainly attest to, you know, trying to make sure those finer details need to get right no matter what the project is. Although I certainly we all agree that SANIC is the most serious of business, of course. So
by far.
That's
why we're dressed this way.
Of course. Yeah. That's why you're dressed that way, and that's why I have like my Photoshop Hero t-shirt on. God. So SANIC, of course, had its roots with a YouTube user several years back who has since taken down his original video. He's left the service as far as we can trace. I'm curious, have you or anybody at the team at Sega tried to touch base with the original SANIC creator? Because I've always wondered, especially now, how he or she reacted to their work becoming now an officially recognized phenom.
That's a good question. And I kind of wonder the same thing. We haven't reached out, but I think that in many ways what was initially SANIC has kind of evolved beyond that early concept. I mean, our SANIC is actually nothing like the very first SANIC, I guess you could say. And there's so many different variations since then. And it's kind of neat because SANIC at this point just kind of is defined as poorly drawn Sonic. Like that is SANIC at this point. And it's really interesting to watch how people from around the world have said, oh, here's my SANIC, or here's, you know, my different take on SANIC. And then you've got even other characters too. But it's kind of, they've all got their own unique, very magical, very special twist. It's the best way I can describe them.
Like Cankles?
Like Cankles, for example, for Knuckles. But whoever that person is, that hero that kind of inspired the internet in many ways, thank you. Because you've done amazing work.
To say the least.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex, I bet never in a million years did you think you'd be doing this for a licensing thing, but in any event.
I honestly didn't think SANIC merchandise would ever happen. I thought that was a pretty far-fetched idea, and the fact that we're sitting here is pretty awesome.
5 years ago, nobody would have believed this day would come.
No way.
Nobody. Nobody.
Yeah.
By the way, nice frame in the background. I'm just noticing that with us having this fantastic conversation.
This is for Sonic Heroes. Yeah, it's when they sold a million units.
Wow.
Yeah.
They made this and they put it in the office.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. That's interesting bit of trivia. So,
yeah.
Pretty successful April Fool's stunt, I would say. Has any thought been given to next year's April Fool's efforts, given the success of this year? And if I may, might I suggest maybe a full court press of Aaron, one of your other top priorities? I'm sure Big's Big Fishing Adventure 3.
Yeah, that's important.
Super important. So I went to a panel on this at a convention last year. I know it's important.
Oh, no.
There you go.
I'm not even kidding about that.
It's real. It's real. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I was gonna say, the funny part is when we did this April Fool's joke this year, I think a lot of people had no idea that these items were real because it's April Fool's, and you train yourself to not trust anything. So you're like, haha, funny joke, Sega, you almost had me. And then the joke was they are real, and you can actually buy them, and they're arriving in people's homes right now. And I think Alex even he's got his mug here in the office somewhere too.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I feel like fans hopefully were very excited by the fact that it was real, and now they have actual merchandise with it. And that was the real April Fool's joke. But I think that for next year, Big's Big Fishing Adventure 3 is its own thing, and there's a really talented group of fans that are out there working on that, and I cannot wait to see what they're going to do and come up with. But I was kind of thinking to make sure that we don't step on their toes at all. Maybe we do a different Big the Cat thing, and okay, and roll with me here. What about a Big the Cat body pillow?
I saw a poll about that on your Twitter account concerning that, and it looked like it would be well received. Might I also note, I've also seen the little bit of script that you've written that you kind of want to pitch to IDW for
yes.
An offshoot series. And
yeah, I drew and inked an actual few panels from that too in a certain paint program, and. I spent a lot of time. It was about 15 minutes. It was a lot of work, but maybe someday I'll really. I sent that to them. I emailed to them and said, for your consideration, if you ever need me, I'm here. So we'll see what happens with that. But hopefully someday it goes somewhere.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Honestly, we'll see.
And the Big the Cat poll. A little bit of trivia. If you watched the last live stream, you might have already heard this. We're in a meeting talking about items, to maybe put on the Sega shop someday. Yeah. And someone goes, I think I joked like, haha, Big the Cat body pillow. And someone's like, no one would buy that. And I was like, is that what you think? Oh, really? And so I take to Twitter. I'm like,
this guy puts up a poll on Twitter while we're in the brainstorm, and then. About towards the end of the brainstorm, he's like, hey, everyone, just wanted to give you a quick update. And he literally asked me for the HDMI cable to put his laptop on the screen. He's like, just a quick update. We have a little over 1,000 votes saying definitely or yes for Big the Cat body pillows. And that was pretty good.
The real dream, though, because Sega of Japan actually sells body pillows. This is a real thing on the Sega of Japan store. They really do this. you know, and there's like the stereotypical kind of like anime girl. I think they're for Shining Resonance right now.
Yeah.
My dream, and hopefully soon Alex's dream, if I can convince him, is that we find a way to put these Big the Cat body pillows out there. We outsell everything, every anime girl body pillow that Sega Japan has ever done, and we get an email going, what happened, and why is Big the Cat selling more than any of our anime girls? What is this? That's the dream right there.
That's a big dream.
It's a big dream. I can hope.
And listen, in terms of the body pillow, the Big the Cat body pillow, that is, I cannot confirm or deny any internal discussions regarding its development. So I'll say that ahead of time. So.
Thank you for voting, guys.
Yes.
You mean, Alex, you don't want to break some news here on the big TSSZ News final and say that a Big the Cat throw pillows into
it's... Like I said, I cannot comment on any internal discussions or developments. Please stay tuned on all official channels.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like the responses Aaron gives me to a lot of my requests for comment back in the day. I will, however, give you this one little neat tidbit of information if you really do want to do it. I was covering Jun Senue and the Sonic Adventure music experience at MagFest this year. I can tell you pretty clearly that one of the chants that was, going on while June was playing was "Big the Cat, Big the Cat, Big the Cat." I'm dead serious. I have video of this. I have to put it up somewhere.
I saw.
You did see it.
People tweeted that to me like the night it happened.
Immediately.
It was like, Aaron, have you seen this? And I watched it with this huge crowd. I was like, my people, I'm so proud of you, because it was the character selecting.
Yeah.
And as they're slowly going on the character select screen and getting closer to Big, they just start chanting Big the Cat, and Big the Cat, and then it gets to Big, and everyone cheers. I have rarely been so proud in my entire life, but that was a great moment.
Well, congratulations to both of you and the company on the successful SANIC collection. And just really quickly, also congratulations to you, because we have talked about trying to do this now for a couple weeks, but there has been some pretty significant news happening in the past couple weeks concerning Sonic Mania Plus and also Sonic Mania Adventures. And certainly, if you guys want the floor for a couple minutes to type any loose ends, concerning any of the announcements this week, please, by all means, go right ahead.
I wouldn't even call them loose ends, but as people have probably seen, Sonic Mania Plus, it's coming out in July 17th, and pre-orders are open now, and the physical version is amazing if you want that, or if not, we are selling the DLC for only $4.99. So it's a really, really good deal either way. And then for Sonic Mania Adventures, Part 2 is coming up very soon, so stay tuned. Tyson and Nico and the entire TV team here have worked so hard on it. And I got to see a little sneak peek of it. Oh, man, it's good. And it's got Tails. So, if you're a Tails fan, check it out. It's coming out, hopefully, next week. Sometime next week.
Yeah, and if I may do a shameless plug.
Go right ahead.
Please, sir.
On the Sega Shop, we're going to be launching a new product for each episode. So keep an eye out for that. We did those really cool keychains of the Sonic and Eggman hanging upside down for the first episode. So we got something also pretty cool coming out for this next episode as well. So, and then we will have one again for each subsequent episode moving forward. So, stay tuned there.
What could it be?
Shop.sega.com.
I'll have to put
That's what he does, guys. That's what he does.
I have to. It's born in me. I have to do it.
Look, you're a born marketer, and as somebody who worked in marketing before, doing what I do now, I totally get it. So I'll have to make that shop, that's .sega.com, a lower third when I go in.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yes, you may.
Sometimes we're working in the office and it's quiet, and Alex will just randomly scream shop.sega.com at the top of his lungs. I think it's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I should tell anyone about it, but every now and then he just screams it, and I'm just a little concerned for his mental health. But beyond that, everything's going great.
It's very unprofessional of you to share those details.
I'm going to get an email from HR again. Oh,
yeah,
man.
I'm going to have to complain. I'm going to have to hike this up the chain that you leaked this on TSSZ, my Screenshot.sega.com.
You know what? You know what that's called? That's called branding. That's what that's called. So
no one will forget that
nobody,
URL.
That's
especially
right.
In this office.
Repetition.
Exactly.
Well,
no one watching our live streams, everyone's going to be like, oh man, shop.sega.com. They're going to wake up in a cold sweat. Shop.sega.com. Oh man.
With you screaming it in their nightmares.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Yeah.
Gentlemen,
that's everything from our side.
Well, gentlemen, it's been an absolute blast talking to you. Obviously, we'll look forward to the next live stream that you do. We'll look forward to Mania and Mania Adventures, and making sure and whatever the next April Fools has to offer. So, thank you both, Aaron Weber and Alex Solverson, for joining us on the program today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching, everyone.